Gone away, gone away, gone away, gone away. We gone away, gone away. We gone away, gone away. It's funny how people wanna pull you down when they see you trying to make your way up top.
Yeah. Welcome. I want to welcome everybody to another Papa Reu podcast. You know, we here another Wednesday. I had to get on here this Wednesday, and we got some things to talk about for real. All right, some real for real. I was sitting there thinking, and a lot of people was asking me also about. This is one of the major questions a lot of people was asking about. And I say it'd be a great topic for today's podcast. How far would you go? How far would you go to how much would you compromise yourself, and how far would you go for a viral moment? That's the topic today. How far would you go, or how much will you compromise yourself for a viral moment? And nowadays, 2026, digital era, streaming era, how far would you go to get you a viral moment to be popular? That's a big question. Now, my take on it is, because that's what it was asking me, how far I would go. Well, if you look at everything that I've done all my career, okay, until now, you notice that I do everything from grassroots. You know what I'm saying? I take the long route with everything I'm doing, because every time you take your time and get it done, it lasts longer, and it pretty much lasts forever, and it's pretty much more generic, and a lot of people could you could put them in your position, they could feel you, they could really feel you. So the question today again, how far would you go for a viral moment? What would you do to be viral? Like, would you take your clothes off and run through the mall, or jump off a 20-story building, hope you survive and be headline news? Or would you, because I'm looking online nowadays, and y'all let me know if you agree with me. Y'all drop it down below. It seems like humanity is compromising themselves a lot more for the digital world. When the digital world should be compromising a lot more for humanity. You know what I mean? And I'm just saying that to say, because I see a lot of people online, a lot of, I don't want to say big ups to everybody online doing their thing. Everybody that's trying to, to bring messages across and to do things, to teach. You know what I mean? I want to big up everybody who's on that type of time. You know what I mean? Big up everybody that's on that type of time. Because at the end of the day, we here to teach. We here to show, to talk about our experiences, our life experiences. We here to talk about what we've been through. As a matter of fact, I ain't gonna say we. I'm here to talk about what I've been through, my experiences, and what I would have done better, and what could I advise people to do better with that I wish someone else had told me, So I'm just trying to do what other people didn't do for me on my platform, which is the Papa Reu podcast. So with the question of how far would you go for a viral moment, it just all depends on someone's integrity. I know I talk about integrity a whole lot on my show, but it has a lot to do with life, and a lot to do with who you are as a person. You know what I mean? The integrity that you hold as a person has a lot to do with that. So when it comes to a viral moment, number one, whatever you're doing in life, make sure you love doing it. Make sure you have happiness in doing it. You know what I mean? Take out the financial part of it. Everyone starts whatever they doing when it comes to the digital world, online streaming, podcasts, music, everyone want to start off worrying about the money. If you start off worrying about the money, I'm not gonna say it's not gonna work, and everybody's doing it for financial gain also, but it shouldn't be your main objective. Your main objective should be the love you have for what you're doing, and what you're trying to portray or put over or help get out there with what you're doing. Are you trying to help, hinder, or destroy? You have to figure that out with whatever you're doing, and that goes for everybody online. You know, um, a lot of people are pretty much doing a whole lot of dumb stuff, man. And I gotta say it because, I'm sitting back and I'm just watching, you know, just watching everyone, and I'm seeing kids of people that I came up with, and I'm seeing a lot of, man, it's just all over the place because everyone wants to be important. Everyone wants to be that person, that main character, that main objective and camp. You know what I mean? Everyone wants to be that guy. And you know what's crazy about that? That's just the human's nature, to be honest with you. That's just a sickness that we all have. We all want to step on each other to be bigger than the next person. No one wants you to be bigger than them. No one wants you to be bigger than them. And if you all agree with me, let me know. No one wants to be bigger than them. No one. And with that being said, you know, with that being said, it's like, hey, where do you go from there? If no one's trying to help you and help you, because you could admire somebody in whatever they're doing. It don't have to be just music or anything. You could admire someone with a gift they have and want to learn from that person. And you will expect that person, with you giving them gratitude and showing them how much you look up to them, you think they'll take you in their hands or under their wing, and you think they take you under their wing and try to make you better than them. But no, they're gonna try to suppress you to make sure you keep looking up to them and you don't find out how to get it done. You know what I mean? Because if you could start from where they left off, you already know you're gonna be greater, and it's gonna all be thanks to them. Because if you didn't have a starting point, where would you start from? So it's all about everybody working hand in hand, understanding how it goes. The ones that came before me passed the torch on to me, which I need to pass the torch on to the next. So holding information and worrying about your position and having someone be better or bigger than you or doing something what you're doing a little better than you, that should bring joy to yourself, knowing that you was part of creating that whole circumference of the whole collective of whatever it is. You know what I mean? You should be proud of being a part of it and being the main part of it, because if it wasn't for you, guess what? That thought wouldn't even be there to carry on from there. So I'm saying that to tell all the OGs and all that, don't hold information back from these youngsters that's coming up, man, because we just want to see them keep it going, keep the torch lit and keep it going. You know what I mean? But the only thing we got to keep on telling them is about the compromise. We got to keep telling them about the compromise, really, because whatever you do, always remember, whatever you do, you have to live with it for the rest of your life. Because once it's stamped online on this computer, you already know it ain't going nowhere. So y'all be mindful of everything you post on here. Be mindful of what you're doing. Be mindful of what you're trying to put over. Be mindful of what you want to be known as or known for in life. Because right now, all the podcasters, all the fitness people, everybody that's online that's doing what they're doing, everyone that's online that's doing what they're doing, they have a message to put over. But at the same time, I'm just putting out to everybody, just make sure that message is something that you could live with for a lifetime. You can't go on the computer with an eraser and erase it. It don't work that way. So just be, like I said, be mindful of what you post. Make sure that y'all take into consideration what the lessons you're trying to put over there, what experiences you're trying to let the people hear to what experiences you trying to let them hear that they could go ahead and add it to their life to see if it coincides with with their life, you know. So bottom line is make sure you put information out that you're trying to 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 leave out there. What are you trying to help, hinder, whatever you're trying to do, just make sure you could live with it. Make sure you could get back online and listen to yourself saying exactly what you were saying. And not later on look at, man, why did I say that? All right? So that's just a powerful message I'm putting out there to the whole digital world and all the artists, entertainers, and the whole nine. All right? So, summarizing what I'm talking about with how far would you go for clout or for clicks, for clickbase. That's, you need to really sit back and think about it, because after you get viral or clickbait, it's not going to last forever. But guess what? That image, that situation, that moment, it all is going to be on there for a lifetime. Y'all understand what I said? The moment, the situation, everyone involved, the acting, the whatever, just remember this is a situation going to be on there for a lifetime. And you're not going to be young forever. You're not going to be kids forever. You're not going to be young forever. At the end of the day, we all taking a trip down that tunnel. Some people reach to the end before the other people do. But everyone has a number that's going to come up too. So what I'm saying is just make sure you do what's right by other people, because at the end of the day, when you're gone, everybody going to be doing what they been doing. 2-3 days morning, blah, blah, then they're back to doing what they're doing. So you need to be, everyone on here, especially the people that look at me on my platform, I want y'all to understand that be mindful of what you put online. Be mindful of what you talk about. Be mindful of the information you're trying to put out there. Be mindful of just be mindful, man. Be mindful of everything y'all doing, because don't look at the next person. Oh, he got that much views. Oh, he got that much. Listen to me. I could have 4 to 5 views a day or a podcast, and I'm fine with that, as long as it's the people that was sent for my message. Because it's billions of people in the world, y'all. Everybody not gonna be into the mess all day long. Everybody not gonna be into that. It's people that's not even trying to get that in their life. Not even trying to. They want information. They want knowledge. They want words of wisdom. They want things to look out for. Things to help them grow. Some people want to hear that. They don't want to know what the last man did jumping out the lady's window. Who cares? It's not going to help you as a person. You know what I mean? So with my podcast, the Papa Reu podcast, like I said, is all about integrity, information, and all about, us learning from each other. You know what I mean? Learning from each other. So I had to get on here and just, because it's too much cloud chasing online. I'm seeing a lot of people trying to get on there who want to fight, who want to do this and that, and it's all for a viral moment. They worrying about online. That's it. They not even worrying about, listen, man, this guy was my friend back then. Oh man, I knew this person back then. We really had some good times together. Yeah, we might not gel now, but I can't forget the times we had, because that's what made me into who I am. Whether we not gelling now or not, it is what it is, but I can't overlook the times we had to help cultivate who I am. A lot of this jump over a lot of people's head, man. This go over a lot of people's head. A lot of people's head. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, be mindful of everything you trying to put out there, because believe it or not, when you speak, it's on you. You know what I mean? When your platform represents who you are as a person, because the type of information you're trying to bring over is going to show the type of person you are. You know what I mean? So like like I said, with me, we all big family. I'm trying to grow it drip by drip, bit by bit. I don't worry about the numbers because I know everyone who needs to deal with me, everyone who needs to be a part of what I have going on with the Rue Music family, with the Papa Reu podcast, with the Papa Reu TV, with the music, the whole nine. Who's ever been rocking with me, grew up on me, the whole nine, y'all gonna be with me, and I believe that. And we gonna build a solid community. I got a band concert coming up soon for my subscribers. That's how I'm coming back on the scene, on the concert scene. We doing a live concert, and guess what? I'm gonna take him through those decades. We taking hits from the 98 to 2026. All right, from 1998 to 2026, I'm finna bring you hits from then to now, and that's gonna be on my live concert. Make sure y'all follow me on the YouTube channel, y'all. I keep telling the YouTube channel and the Instagram channel at Papa Reu, PAPAREU podcast. All right, I'm growing it bit by bit. If y'all notice, hey, I started this thing from the cameras turning over to the mics not working to the screen. Man, it's been a jungle, but that's how I like to learn. Because at the end of the day, I have no finger to point. Oh, I'm waiting on my guy, my media guy. Oh, I'm waiting on. No. I'll take the long route. Because all the people who understand what the long route brings, they're going to join me while we taking the long route. Because we're going to get there. That's the key. We're going to get there. I could guarantee you that. Other routes, I don't know about all that. But the route I'm telling you we taking, I'm guaranteeing we gonna get there. You know what I mean? I got a lot of giveaways to my people, my subscribers. I have a lot of giveaways to give. I got a lot of CDs and all that stuff to go ahead and all the CDs and all that stuff signed, sealed, delivered. Got new music, new single featuring Baby Bash. Me featuring Baby Bash coming out soon. You know, I got a little snippet on the Instagram. Y'all go check it out. Back to You. Name of the song is called Back to You. Y'all go check it out. So we're doing that. Let me see what else we got going on before we get up out of here. Like I said, follow me on all the platforms. I'm slowly getting it trickled down. But like I said, the big comeback is going to be the Papa Reu concert. Live band in Houston, Texas. Location soon to be announced. You know what I mean? I'm going to put y'all in a little... When I'm doing my little, my practicing and stuff, I'm gonna put y'all in it a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna put y'all in it a little bit. So y'all stay tuned for that. Stay tuned for that. All right? Stay tuned for that most definitely. But make sure. I'm gonna say it again. Make sure y'all following the podcast. Papa Reu podcast. Make sure you following the podcast, y'all. As a matter of fact, I'm about to do something special right now. Let me see what we're going to do right here. Let me see what we're going to do right here for the people. See what we're going to do right here for the people. All right, let me do something for the people. I'm going to do something for the people. You know what I mean? I'm going to do something for the people. Y'all give me 1 second. And also let me know what else y'all want me to take what else you want me to speak on. Like, this is our thing, y'all. This is our thing. We doing this together. You understand me? We doing it together. All right, we doing it together. We doing it all the way together, y'all. All the way together. So, how far would you go? How far would you go? Y'all let me know. How far would you go? How far would you go for some clickbaits? How far would you go? How much would you compromise yourself? I mean, let me get some. You know what? Let me see what some people saying about this. Let's go ahead and get some people up in here. Let me go ahead and get some people up in here. That's what I think I'm going to do right now. Let me get some people up in here. Let me get on here. Because I want to know how far would you go to go viral. I want to hear from some people. Let me hear what y'all saying about that. How far would you go to go viral? You know, how far would you go? Put that on there. Yep. How far would you go, y'all? All right, I'm gonna do something special right now. I'm ready now. All right. So the question is, how far would you go to go viral? How far would you go? Tell me, how far would you go? How far would you go to go viral? Y'all come on in here. Let me know what would you do? How far would you go to have a viral moment? That's what we're going to talk on the podcast today. How far would you go to have a viral moment? Would you throw it all, put it all on the table? Would you just get butt naked, run through the mall, butt naked, and jump off the second floor? Man, what would you do? And will you compromise yourself to go viral? You know what I'm saying? Let me hear what y'all got to say up in here. I'm gonna let y'all talk about this right now. I'm gonna get a couple of people to come up in here today, and we're gonna see what it is. How far would you go to go viral, y'all? How far would you compromise your, let me change the question, I guess. Would you compromise who you are? Would you compromise who you are in order to have a viral moment? I guess that's a better question. Would you compromise who you are to have a viral moment? Would you? Yes, no. Would you? I got a lot of people saying they wouldn't. Got a lot of people saying they would not. Got a lot of people saying they would not. Would you compromise your being or who you are for a viral moment? Y'all come on in. Let me know what y'all saying. Because, like I said, the way I'm seeing online, everyone is, I'm talking about people not even looking in to be integral anymore. They just want to have that moment just to be known, seen, whatever. You know what I mean? How far would you go to have a viral moment? I'm waiting. Come on, I'm looking at y'all. What y'all saying? Okay, he said he would never, I got a guest saying he would never do anything to jeopardize who he is to go viral. Somebody else say, man, F that viral stuff. What else we got? Somebody else say, F that viral stuff. Yeah. How far would y'all go? How far would you go for a viral moment? How far would you go for a viral moment, y'all? Let me know. How far would y'all go for a viral moment? Tell me. I'm sitting here. I'm waiting on some people to come up in here. Okay, DJ. Hey, Kool-Aid, what's good? He said, hey, how far he will go. This person said, hey, they'll do it all to be famous. They say they'll do it all to be famous. You know what I mean? For those people who just getting on here at the Papa Reu podcast each and every Wednesday, 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. Sometime it be 9 p.m., 9:30, but no matter what, we gonna get it in every Wednesday. You know what I'm saying? Every Wednesday. Now, the big question I just popped out was, how far would you go? How far would you go? All right, how far would you go for a viral moment? That's the question. How far would you go? A lot of people say they will never compromise themselves for a viral moment. I feel that, because that's where I'm at with it too. That's where I'm at with it too. That's where I am with it. And all the viewers that's on here, just share the live for me. Just share the live so we could get it popping. Go ahead and share the live. Let's let them know that we going in. We are going in. Going in. Okay. Not that far. Not that. Okay, somebody just said, my boy Wood say, hey, he ain't gonna compromise himself. He ain't gonna compromise himself. That's what he talking about. All right. How far would y'all go for a viral moment, y'all? How far would y'all go? I'm going to keep the question up for another one more minute. That's it. How far would you go for a viral moment? How far would you go? Y'all let me know. How far y'all would go for a viral moment? Let me know. All I'm telling everyone is, listen, you have to live with your decisions. You know what I mean? You have to live with your decisions. You have to live with with everything. You gotta live with everything that you plan on doing or you chose to do or the choices you made. You have to live with it. You know what I mean? You gotta live with it. So, back again, how far, how much would you compromise yourself for a viral moment? How much? I got one more. I got about 50 more seconds with the question. So who else coming on here? Let me know what you're saying. That's what's going on. That's what's going on. That's what's up. Let's make sure the bottom line is, question of the day, how far would you go for a viral moment? How far? What would you do? That's a good question. And that's a question I'm going to leave out there. So like I said, y'all, each and every Wednesday, 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, Papa Reu Podcast. Y'all tune in. And because guess what? It's getting better, greater. And you see, I ain't bringing too many guests in just yet because guess why? We need to come on in here so we go ahead and start popping it. You know what I mean? Start sharing it. Let people know about the podcast. You know, as soon as I get my first 5,000 followers on YouTube, Papa Reu Podcast is gonna be a special live concert for all my subscribers, man. You know what I mean? I'm talking about we doing hits from 98 to 2026. Hits. You know what I mean? Hits. And y'all already know when I'm coming. You know, you want real entertainment, you'll get real entertainment, not just walking up and down the stage. Alright? Y'all already know I get down. That's the reason why most of the time y'all don't see me on the stage, because guess what? Ain't nobody want to come behind me. Ain't nobody want to come behind me. Nobody. And I'm telling you that for a fact. No one wants to come behind Papa Reu when it comes to a concert. You know what I mean? So, that's just what it is. And if anybody got anything to say about that, drop it. You know what I mean? And that's proven. That's proven. No one wants to come behind me because guess what? The energy going to be top tier and it's going to be hard for you to keep it there, especially when I'm getting in and getting down. You know what I mean? It's going to be super duper. But last time for the question, how far would you compromise yourself for clout or clicks? Or would you compromise yourself for, you know, things happen where you get a viral moment. I understand that. But would you actually go out there and say, hey, look, I'm about to get butt naked right now, right here, so I could get me some. Would you go do something like that? Would y'all do something like that? I had to put that question out today on my podcast because it seemed like a lot of people is resorting to the foolishness. You know what I mean? A lot of people is resorting to the foolishness, man. So I had to put the question out there, and I'm going to leave it out there. And y'all drop a like, whatever about it out there. But we're going to run these numbers up, like I said, for the podcast. We're going to go ahead and keep it integral, like I said. Get these numbers coming up each and every Wednesday, 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. Today's podcast was about compromise. Would you compromise yourself, compromise your integrity for viral moments and clicks? That was the question of the day. And my answer for it was, I would never do that because at the end of the day, viral and clicks go away. But guess what? That image stays forever. And you have to live with it for what? Forever. So just remember that. Be mindful, be careful, think before you post, think about what you're saying, think about what you want people to see, think about what message you're trying to bring across before you just jump on there and be on some straight happy shit. Alright? So that's my message from Papa Reu. Today, Wednesday. Yeah. Don't forget, the brand new single coming out with Papa Reu and Baby Bash. It's called Back to You. This week, I might let it loose this week. I don't know yet. I'm trying to get y'all up in here. Let's go and get this thing rocking. Got a new EP coming called Papa Reu Vibes EP. The Vibes EP. That's it. Just the vibes. You know what I mean? So everybody been vibing with me. We're going to put out the Vibes EP. All right? That's coming next month. All right? So y'all stay tuned. Got What's Up Tonight. What's Up for Tonight trending right now. Y'all can hear that joint going in. Club Banger. You know what I mean? Check that out. What's Up for Tonight. The foreign album still out there streaming right now. Got the merch, got the whole nine. Like I said, we building the community, man. Y'all, y'all messing with your boy. You know what it is. You know what I mean? This is what we do. This is what we do. People finally getting to know who I am. You know what I'm saying? Because I always was reserved for a minute. But now, I ain't finna let nobody tell my narrative or say, you're not gonna tell my story. Or tell who I am, or tell what I've been about, or what. Nah, people could get right online and hear it from the horse's mouth. You know what I mean? So, like I said again, do not compromise yourself. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, you have to live with it. And we are an emotional creature, and we tend to want to do things because we feel some type of way, certain type of times, but you have to sit back and think about, listen, do I want to leave this earth with images like this left about me, doing things like this? Make that mindful, think about that, you know what I mean, and put that in your cranium. You know what I'm saying? And that's my message going out to everybody online, everybody that's posting, every social media person, every artist, be mindful of what you want to leave out there in life. Because after you gone, the image of you is going to remain. So you want to leave the right spirit lingering around, not the wrong demon. Okay? And with that said, signing out today, Papa Reu Podcast. And I want y'all to join me next week for another podcast. And it's going to be, like I said, I'm having a guest next week. All right? And we have the surrogate mom. She's coming soon. I'm supposed to have her coming in, but I'm going to give y'all a for sure date this week. She's going to be coming in. That's going to be a great interview. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people was trying to figure out, what's in what will make a woman go have kids for another couple and be okay with it and not feel nothing about it. Don't y'all want to know about that? I damn sure do. I want to know about what's on your mind, what you have to think about when you're doing these things, or do you have to put yourself in a certain realm? Or, man, I don't know, but we gonna find out. All right? That's a surrogate mom. She gonna be on here. I'll probably have her coming on next week or week after the next, but that's gonna be one of my big interviews, because I think a lot of people want to know about that. I don't think I'm the only one want to know about it. A lot of people want to know about that. I know they do. So thank y'all for popping in with me. You know what I mean? And next week we'll have another podcast next Wednesday, 8:30 Central Standard Time. We got papareu.com. Go check out the website. Like I said, I got all the merch on deck. All the merch on deck. Got the t-shirts. You see it, the foreign? Let me let y'all see that right quick. That's the foreign. Got different hats to match. You got, the hats to match that joint. All the different colors, the hoodies, the sweaters. I got the vinyls. I got nine album titles. Whichever one y'all want, you can tap in. Everything you get right here from the bunker, man. Y'all get everything from Rooster, man. Everything. Y'all ain't got to deal with no middle people no more. You need me to do a walk in. You want me to do a feature? You want me to do it? Whatever you need is all right here. Y'all tap in. Ain't no third party anymore. So we gonna get it in. All right? So with that said, I want to tell y'all thank you for tuning in. And we're gonna join another one next week. I love you guys. Thank you for the support. All right? And make sure y'all share, and tell other people about the podcast. Because this is one of them podcasts that ain't no BS. It's straight real. You know what I mean? We talking about that real. I'm not on here to bash people. None of that. You know what I'm saying? None of that. What I'm on here for is to give information and to give live experiences. I'm not talking about from someone else or whatever. I'm just talking about my live experiences. Okay? So with that being said, I've been wanting to get off of here, but y'all don't want me to get off of here. I don't want to get off of here because we have so much fun when we on here. But guess what? I gotta go. All right? So next week, I'm going to see y'all. Papa Reu Podcast. Make sure y'all follow this YouTube channel, y'all. everything, the YouTube channel. I'm gonna have some special stuff on my YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe to PAPAREU podcast YouTube. All right, much said. Papa Reu signing out. Yeah, yeah.
We burn away, burn away, burn away, burn away. We burn away, burn away. We burn away, burn away. It's funny how